Ever wondered what it would be like to step into a time machine, say, set the dial to any period in history and just go? Imagine, one moment you're here in the 21st century and the next you're in the age of the pharaohs or the Wild West. The concept of time travel has been a cornerstone of science fiction for generations. From H.G. Wells' The Time Machine to modern blockbusters like Back to the Future, time travel has captivated our imaginations, stirred our curiosity, and yes, even sparked serious scientific debate. Can we bend time to our will? Is it possible to alter the course of history, or are we forever chained to the inexorable march of time? The concept of time travel has always been a source of fascination and speculation, but is it just science fiction, or could it someday become reality? Let's delve deeper into the intrigue of time travel. To understand time travel first, we need to get a grasp on the concept of time itself. In the realm of physics, time isn't just the ticking of a clock or the turning of a page on your calendar. It's a fundamental dimension, just like the three dimensions of space we're familiar with: length, width, and height. And when we talk about time in physics, we're often talking about it in conjunction with space, in a concept known as space-time. Picture space-time as a four-dimensional fabric that's woven together from the three dimensions of space and one dimension of time. Everything that exists, moves, and happens does so within this fabric. Now, according to Einstein's theory of relativity, this space-time fabric isn't rigid, it's dynamic, and can be curved or warped by massive objects like stars and planets. So, where does time travel come into play? Well, if space-time can be curved and warped, it means that the path from one point in time to another doesn't always have to be a straight line. In other words, Einstein's theory suggests that time travel might be possible by manipulating the fabric of space-time. This brings us to the concept of wormholes. Imagine a wormhole as a tunnel with two ends, each in separate points in space-time. If we could create or find such a wormhole, it could theoretically serve as a shortcut through space-time, allowing us to travel from one point in time to another much faster than we normally could. But of course, this is all easier said than done. Creating or finding a wormhole, let alone traveling through one, is far beyond our current technological capabilities, and even if we could, there's no guarantee that such a journey would be safe or even survivable. So if we believe Einstein's theory, we could technically warp the fabric of space-time, but the real question is, how? Scene script. Imagine you could go back in time and change something. Would the future you return to be the same? This brings us to the paradoxes of time travel. Let's start with one of the most famous paradoxes, the grandfather paradox. Picture this: you invent a time machine and decide to travel back to the past. While there, for some unfathomable reason, you eliminate your grandfather before he has a chance to meet your grandmother. Now here's the conundrum. If your grandfather never met your grandmother, your parent wouldn't be born. Consequently, you wouldn't exist. But if you don't exist, who traveled back in time to remove your grandfather from the equation? It's a mind-boggling loop that seems to defy logic. Now let's move on to another paradox, the bootstrap paradox. This one involves an object or piece of information that's sent back in time, creating a loop where it seems to have no point of origin. Say you're a musician, and you receive a song from your future self. You love the song, release it, and it becomes a hit. Years later, you use your time machine to send the same song back to your younger self. The question is, who wrote the song in the first place? This paradox suggests that the song simply exists with no clear beginning or end. These paradoxes underscore the complexities involved in the concept of time travel. They challenge our understanding of causality, the principle that cause precedes effect. If you can alter the past, does that mean the future can alter the past too? Or is time a fixed line, unchangeable and immutable? The paradoxes of time travel aren't just brain teasers. They raise fundamental questions about the nature of reality, free will, and determinism. They make us wonder if time travel, even if possible, would be a Pandora's box best left unopened. The paradoxes of time travel make the whole concept a complex riddle, an enigma that science is yet to solve. With our current understanding of physics, what are the real possibilities of time travel, and what are the limitations that stand in our way? Our grasp of time travel is still in its infancy. We're like toddlers reaching for a shiny object on a high shelf. We can see it, we want it, but we can't quite grasp it yet. The theories are there, sure. Theoretical physicists have been crafting and refining models that allow for time travel, like wormholes or manipulating black holes. But these remain just that, theories. The technological requirements for time travel are daunting. Imagine needing a machine capable of warping the fabric of space-time itself. The energy requirements alone are staggering. To put it into perspective, it's been estimated that a wormhole large enough and stable enough for a human to travel through would require the energy equivalent to the mass of a star. That's right, a star. And then there are the moral and ethical implications of time travel. If we could travel back in time, should we? What if we alter the course of history? What if we prevent our own births, or the births of significant figures in history? The ripple effects could be catastrophic. On the other hand, if we could travel forward in time, should we peek into the future? Would knowing our destinies change how we live our lives today? These questions are not just philosophical musings. They are real considerations that we must grapple with if we ever unlock the secrets of time travel. And they are considerations that, currently, do not have clear answers. As intriguing as time travel is, it remains a concept beyond our current capabilities, but who knows what the future holds. After all, the future is just another point in time we haven't traveled to yet. So let's keep reaching for that shiny object on the high shelf. Because even if we can't grasp it yet, the reaching, the striving, the dreaming, that's what propels us forward. That's what makes us human.